well. All right, and you can see my screen, right? The HAR?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So I do a little bit different than a lot of people, but this is what kind of worked for me. So obviously we're going to look at single family property right now. So I just go to single family and I do classic. That's where I go to, just like that. But
Okay.
instead of typing all this kind of stuff in, I just go straight to this map tool right here,
Okay.
and then I'll go get the address that I'm going to do. So this one's in looks like 2102 Socola Lane, and I like to plug it right into the map, and that is right. That's in Imperial Oaks. I like to zoom out. Now I
Okay.
try not to go over any major roads like Rayford. I wouldn't go below Rayford. I wouldn't go right of looks like Aldine Westfield, and it looks like there's a
Oh,
big
okay.
bayou that separates this subdivision for some of these.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably just kind of circle this little area right now. You can kind of hover over. As you can see, when you get over here, it's $1 million house, a 500,000
Yep.
dollar house. Like that's a totally different subdivision. Um,
Yeah.
so what I do is once I find like the area, so I'm probably going to circle all this. I go to this little these little polygon tools,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to draw a polygon. I'm going to go up to this road. I don't want to go over it past that road. I'll go all the way over here. I'll go down to Rayford. I'll go all the way to Aldine Westfield, and then kind of go up that road. You can probably
Okay.
maybe grab some of these. And that's the area that I'm going to look at. Now, once I have the area defined, I go back to criteria, and then I put in option pending, continue to show, sold, and sold automatically goes back 180 days.
Okay.
And then that gives me, right now we have 90 matches. So go
Okay.
back to the subject property,
Yeah. You.
200,000. So usually I have it pulled up.
Yeah.
So if you haven't noticed, what you can do yet is if you actually right click this search bar, and then it'll say open link
Yep.
in a new
You can
tab.
open a new.
You can open a new link without, kind of
Yep.
logging you out from your other link, right? So uh,
Exactly.
go ahead
Yep.
and pull the comparable, well, pull the home that we're gonna do.
Pull the home.
So
Mm-hmm.
we're at 2102.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it's been a rental for a long time. And then the latest, he's terminated, expired, everything like that. So I'll try to pull up the latest one. So this is terminated in 2009. And typically there's not as many. To be honest, this is '07. So it looks like he has it. Looks like he has it as a rental. And so probably the most recent listing is probably one of these rentals. So
Okay.
it's probably it's the highest rental is probably the low. So 1470. The reason I'm pulling this up so I can get the pictures, the lot size, and all that kind of stuff. So this is a
Square
three
footage.
bedroom,
Yep.
two bath, built 1980. It's about 1,580 square feet. So I'll just kind of look through the pictures here. Looks like it has hardwoods. Looks like it is actually pretty updated. It's like a nice little house, really.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
nice backyard. Yeah. So once I have all that, I'll go back over here and I'll start, digging in here. So if it's three bedrooms, I'll go to like 3 to 4 bedrooms. Two
Okay.
to I would even do two to three baths. Square footage is 1,586. I remember. So I
Mm-hmm.
probably wouldn't go. Typically use the 20% rule. So 10% obviously would be 150 feet. 20% would be 300 feet. So I'd maybe go up to about 1,900 square feet, and then to about maybe 1,100 square feet. So
Okay.
for do a
So you
thousand.
do 10% minus and plus. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I wouldn't go any more than that. So right
Okay.
now, if we have 3 bedrooms, two baths, 1,000 square feet to 1,900, we're down to 20 matches. I still think that's a
That
little
works
too
well.
high. So maybe we'll do year built,
Okay.
just kind of make sure there's no new construction out there. So I would kind of maybe go to shoot maybe even 2010. So it looks like it didn't
Well,
change
you go
anything.
that far back to it. Okay. You go
Oh no,
1900.
I was just trying to get rid of
Okay.
the new construction ones. Um,
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So I didn't really care about when it started because this one is built in 82. Uh,
Yeah.
so let's just start looking at some of the comps. We have 20. So I go to, again, for me, I go to the map and then there's tons of sales, right? So because we have, 7 or 8 sales on that same side of that street where our property is, I
Mhm.
probably wouldn't even look at any of these. I would,
Okay.
because these are going to be your best comps in here. Uh,
Okay.
so again, for me, I go to the polygon tool. I draw a map inside of it because we have plenty of numbers to go through there. If you go
Okay. And
to
so hypothetically, if those weren't there, you would
yeah,
continue
I
in
would
your
continue. I mean,
existing.
yeah, look at some of these and go back maybe, maybe 8 or 9 months. And then if there's nothing here, maybe I do go across the street or up here
Or maybe
or
a little farther.
something, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit further. But, you never want to
Okay.
go over, 2 miles away if you can. But because there's so many right
Okay.
there, I'm just going to go ahead and get these other ones out of here. So you go to
Okay.
the red
Okay.
dot and you can delete that shape. And then
Gotcha.
now we're looking at 8 properties that are going to be very similar. So now I go to the results and it looks like they range from 195 all the way up to 300. So let's check out the 300 one. It's actually a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And ours property is, a 3-bedroom,
Yeah.
2-bath. So, I don't know if we're going to get him 300,000, but let's take a look at it. So this is the same Imperial Oaks. Looks like it's built a little bit newer and it's completely decked out. And it's crazy how they got 300 because they listed it at 260. Looks like someone went crazy and paid 312 for this. Um,
Wow.
now, I don't know if I would even share. I mean, it's pretty close. It is a lot newer. It is about 200 square feet larger and it has an extra bedroom. So for me, I just wouldn't share that comp with that seller because his is not 200 square feet larger and he doesn't have an extra bedroom. So I'll go to
Right.
the next one. Here is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 8,400 square feet. This is a lot newer, but his is pretty updated. Um, but I would share. I think I would select this one for sure. Now, again, just
Okay.
remind him, when you're going over the comps, your property is built in 1982. So the reason that this
Yep.
person ended up getting 260 is, they're 30 years newer.
Right.
So, but I'd like to show you that. So
Right. Okay.
and I kind of worked my way down from there. This one's 6,900. This one's built in 1983. It's 1475 square feet. Ours is a little bit larger, and
A
it's
little bit
three
larger.
bedroom, 2-bath. Let's take a look. And based on the photos that we saw earlier, I think this one's a little bit better upgraded, but his did have some nice upgrades as well, right? But I
Mhm.
think this one's a
Mhm.
lot better updated in my opinion, and that ended up selling for 235. So I would select that one. I would go kind of work. This one has a pool, so I wouldn't select this one. I'll just go to the next. This one's on the same street, 2003, so damn near his neighbor. A little
Same
bit,
time.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit higher on square footage, but same a little bit year built. And that's a
Mhm.
4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Mhm.
So it ended up selling for 223. Now, as you can, I would let them know, when sellers, there's 3 things that sell a property: it's price, condition, and marketing. And you can control the marketing. They can control the condition of the house, but we cannot control the price of what someone already paid for something. So
Right.
the reason that we're looking at these numbers is to trying to find that value. I'm not going to price the property. You're not going to price the property. The property has already been determined by, it looks like about 6 or 7 buyers that have bought, on your same street. So that's what I would tell him. And
Mhm.
then 4 bedrooms houses usually move a lot quicker and sell for a little bit more. And this one is newer as well, but it's same section. So I would select that one.
And it actually sold 220, right? Is that what I saw down there? Okay.
Yeah, I always go to the bottom because list price is this, but they
Right.
ended up getting
And then it
220.
sold down there at two
Yeah, 220.
220. Yeah, 220. Okay. Okay.
So go back here. This one on the same street as our comp. And it looks like this has been upgraded as well. So nice little pocket now. Now this is probably, as far as the kitchen and everything, it's good, but the floors maybe need a tad updating in the bathroom.
Mm,
So I would say his is a little bit better updated than this, but this
yeah.
one actually sold for 204, and same year built, about same square footage. So that is probably the same house as far as how it's built. And
Right.
then here's a sold here, 183, 195. Let's check out. It's probably not as updated. So they did new flooring, but I think other than that, they haven't really touched it. Anyway, I think I would select all those. So now that I have 6 selected, have you ever go to the CMA tab right here?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So CMA, I go straight to pages. I don't do anything on the subject. Sorry, I go straight to the comparables, and I do the map of the comparables, and then a pro report, and then a CMA brief. That's the only
Okay.
3 ones that I do.
Okay.
So, and I go straight over here to finish, and then you can actually pop up and view the CMA right there.
So you don't do a mix of sold pendings or anything like that, or
I mean, you can maybe do active, but there's 6 sold properties on his same street.
so
This is
that's
it.
okay. Okay.
Now, if there's a lack of, if there wasn't that many sold, and we had to look at maybe some pendings and things like that. But if we're coming out here
Okay.
to price his property, I mean, you as an agent, you may want to look at some actives, but just to see where the market's kind of heading. But these are
Okay.
sold, and they're all sold within the last 6 months. So
Okay.
this is the CMA that I would bring with me and kind of show with him. Now I
Okay.
typically go straight to the bottom because it's just numbers for me. And here it is. These are all 3 bedroom, 2 bath. There's 2 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. These are the prices. We're not going to take, it's not going to take us long to sell the property. These are the days on market. And if you go down here to the bottom, it's going to let us know that the average square foot of the comps are about 1,600, and looks like
We're
yours
at 1586. Yep.
1586. So that's a pretty good estimate. The average is 3 bedroom, 2 bath. The average list to sales price is 223.
Yep.
So if you look down here, here's everything averaging. So the lowest is 195. The highest is 260. Now that 260, the reason we're not going to probably get close to that is if we want to look at, Rycroft, that's the one that it's probably going to be the last one up here. So 3 bedroom, 1,800. So it's about over 300 square feet larger, and it was built. Let's see, sorry, down here. I don't know why it doesn't have the year built. It will up top. None of these have the year built.
Sure doesn't.
Huh. I may even remove that. I mean, you can do whatever, but I would think, based on everything that I just looked at, and then the average being in his, let's be honest, this is an average house. It's nothing crazy. He did have some nice
Right.
updates. So because the
Right.
average, because the average price is 223, I would be okay even listing that property at even like list price at like maybe 239 or something like that, because his looks, I mean, his is pretty updated. He did some nice up. Everything's updated. The floors, the paint, the carpet, the bathroom.
So with the range, you still go ahead and give them your expert opinion of, with this range of whatever that was, where are we at? Average, low and high, 195, 263. You kind
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't get close to this
get in the middle
263,
somewhere.
but I would kind of get somewhere in the middle of that, because I mean, you have a nice house. He's done some upgrades, but it is a little bit older and it's a little bit smaller than most of the comps.
Right.
Once we get to 1,800 square feet, which is 300 square feet larger, then yeah, we
Right.
could probably expect to sell for more. But if you looked at these prices, 230, 235, 223, 220, like, I think it'd be okay since you're at 1,600 square feet. This price sold, I think, a list pricing right now in today's market about 239, and you should expect to get every bit of that in less than a week.
Gotcha.
If
Okay.
you use an agent, right?
Okay. Cool.
So, and
Okay.
then that's how I do my comps.
Okay.
Again, if this one, since we had, so many, oops, close. Since we had so many sales, they're all sold,
Mhm.
and they're all on that same street. That's all I take. I'm not going to show any active
Gotcha.
or anything
Okay.
like that. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
that's kind of that's how I do my CMA, and that's the CMA that I share
Okay.
is this here. It shows you.
Can I give you one that's got some acreage on it that I've never done before?
Yeah, we'll
Can I
go.
give can I give you one with some acreage to look at?
Yep. Let me go to search. Is it a ranch or
No, I think it's like maybe 2.5 acres with a home and a pool.
okay? So single family.
Yeah, I've got the MLS number.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
253-58029.
So look, is it pending?
It probably it's been a little while, so it may be. That's it. Yeah.
Nice little barn. So
Right.
with land, you do get paid on the land, but you get paid a lot more on the improvements on the land. So even though that barn looks
Okay.
like it's done, you get a little bit of improvement for that. Looks like it's fenced off as well. You get little improvements for that.
Mhm.
But so yeah, I would type again. I'll just kind of go from what I was doing here.
'Cause I would just imagine these are a little far few between to actually do some comps, is where I'm kind of coming
Yeah,
from
let's
as far.
see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now we can go out, especially when you're out there. Is this the property here? Yeah, 30331 Highland Boulevard. Looks like these are like the lots. Okay, so they're all kind of similar here. So what I'll do is go a little bit further back. I wouldn't go more than, I definitely wouldn't go close to 1488. Let's just see what this looks like. There's some houses over here. Let's just see what this does. This little gap right here, and then go back. And then option pending, and sold. Looks like there's 26, so there's probably a lot that with the lot size is going to help. So the square footage of that lot side, that lot doesn't even have it here.
Oh, there is no lot size. That's
Oh,
weird.
2.6 acres. So, every acre is like 43,000 or so. So
Say that again.
every acre is about 43,000 square feet.
Okay.
Um, 43 and some change, I think.
Oh, yeah, square feet. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so maybe do like 40,000 square foot lots as a minimum. Um, and then that already gives it down to 7. So if you do 40,000, that means the minimum is going to be 40,000 plus any. Looks like there's 7 matches here. So I'll go straight back to map and see.
So if they're 2 acres though, you're still doing 40.
No, I just did minimum just so I can see. I'm just trying to
Just a
narrow down the
minimum.
results.
Okay.
But it looks like none of these are going to be comparable. They're all over there in this little subdivision.
Subdivision.
So none of
Yeah.
those are even going to work.
Okay.
So there's really nothing over here that's been an acre. So the first thing I would do is go a little bit further on the market, go back maybe a year and see if there's anything. Go back to
Okay.
that. And then nothing here. It's all this little subdivision over here. So there's zero sales. So whoops. Let's see if we can go out a little bit further. I probably wouldn't go past 2978 just to see if there's anything we can base our comp on. And this is not typical, like you're saying, to do. These aren't going to be comps. Yeah, there's nothing in here. So what I would do is it looks like it's subdivisions Highland Estates. So I'll copy that, go to search. Let's go to all. Just make sure we don't some people may list the property as a ranch or a country home or something. If we're looking at single family, we won't see it, you know? So
Oh, okay.
go to all properties, classic, and then I will type in this subdivision after being sold. And let me make sure that's the right subdivision that pops up. Yeah, over here. So it looks like when we looked at single family properties, all three that have been listed in that subdivision, the last 365 days were listed as not they weren't listed as single family.
Okay. Listed as lots. Okay.
May have been listed as lots or something like that. So when I go back now, this one has five, double the acreage. Looks to be a lot newer than our subject property. This is 1985, so I wouldn't say this is a comp, but it's good information to know, right?
Okay.
It sold for 485. It's just good. I won't say it's a comparable, but sold in the same subdivision. Double the lot, double the even this. Oh, not the square footage. The square footage is about the same, way newer. But it's good to know that one sold. Looks like it sold for 475. I wouldn't think that's a comp. Here's one in Highland States. It's just at an acre. 27. Let's check it out. They got a phenomenal deal on this house. It ended up selling for 435. I wouldn't say that's a comp, to be honest. After looking at this.
Oh, really? Okay.
I guess it's kind of outdated as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that it was that. Yeah, it looked pretty countrified.
So maybe this is a comp. Yeah, I would select that one. Yeah, and then like I said, kind of worked my way down. This was 2004, so way newer, and it had 5.2 acres. Looks like it's 350 right now, and it's sold. That's a nice little piece of property right there.
Sure. Nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right.
Now it's 1,000 square foot smaller than our subject property. And our subject property has 2.6 acres, so double the acreage. So in this one, since it sold for 350, I would say our property, since it's 1,000 square foot larger and double the acreage, definitely gonna sell for more than that. But I would select that one as well. Just to show them.
Okay.
This looked like it's just dirt. There's no improvement, so it's not a comp.
Okay, just a lot. Okay.
This is our subject property. This looks like it was just dirt, no improvements. And the same thing, just dirt, no improvement. So we don't have too much information, but let's see what pops up. So just three popped up, and there's looks like they're on top of each other here. That's obviously our subject property.
I was gonna say one of those is our subject, right? Okay, yeah.
So 4 bedroom, 2 baths, it's 375. The one that we thought should sell for a little bit more is this one. So it's listed at it sold for 350. So I think it would definitely get more than 350, but I don't think it would get more. I don't know, to be honest, Larry. I don't know how the hell this one even sold at 435. That one thing was a. You see what I'm saying? It's smaller. It's super outdated.
Yeah.
They only had like one lot. I'm sorry, a smaller lot.
And they started at 509 and got 435.
Yeah. But they ended up at 435. So I think that's a really good price, to be honest, because what they did is they put it in between the two solds. It's definitely more than that, but I don't think they're going to get that much. And they listed at 375 and went 4 days. So this would be my CMA for that one, but you got to kind of had to go a little bit further back So that's what I would have done on that one. I think 375 is a good listing price. Did you have some history with that property or?
No, it was just it's just one of the agents that I've kind of met through a friend of mine, and I'm just kind of curious because she has different ways. I've done some open houses for her, but she always seems to price her homes like 6 to 7% higher because she's always starting here, and then in 2 or 3 weeks, it's
Well,
already dropped.
in this market, it's a little bit warranted, to be honest. I
Yeah,
don't know about all those in this market. When you have, 5-to-1 buyer to seller ratio, maybe price is
yeah,
what you get.
yeah,
Maybe you get a
yeah.
buyer looking to waive the appraisal. Maybe you'll get a cash offer.
Right.
But I would say within 14 to 21 days, if you got no bites and no showings, you need a price improvement ASAP. Because
Gotcha.
after
Gotcha.
about 45 in this market, way less, but the traditional market, after about 45, maybe 60 days, the seller has lost the leverage. It doesn't
Yeah.
have any leverage. The
Right.
buyers are coming
Right.
in looking for a good deal. They're trying to negotiate stuff. Now, when you're fresh on the market, less than 30 days on the market, the buyers know that, okay, this just hit the market. We got to make, if we want this house, we got to, make something work.
Gotcha.
Seller has the complete leverage. So we don't want this property going on the market anywhere past 45, 60 days. And,
Right.
just like you can tell them, I got it figured out. I work with, Jeff and them, and, the marketing part is figured out. I got that. If we can get the property in the condition it needs to be, like all these comps that are selling for,
Mm-hmm.
we'll square away that. So it's just about
Gotcha.
price.
Okay.
Let's look at the prices that someone has already
Okay.
bought for similar properties
Yeah.
and kind of go from there. So that's how I would
Okay.
do it.
So if we segue into, so what the market it is today, so now I'm switching gears. I'm not listing it now. I'm a buyer. I'm bringing my client to this home, and because of the market, it's way up there. Like that other one's 435, and I'm looking at comps going, no, no way on my
Right.
buyer side. But they want to go ahead and do it or whatever, or I should come in and offer a
The
price.
first
But
thing I
again,
would
in
do
this
is,
market,
yeah,
I
call the
mean,
agent, see if they have any other offers. And I always
okay,
tell my buyers that there's two markets. There's a buyer's and seller's market. In the buyer's market, I try to get you the best price and negotiate the best possible deal I can do. And then even after, we get the contract, I try to negotiate even off of that because it's a buyer's
okay,
market. In a
okay,
seller's market, my job as your agent is to just get you the house under contract. So it
gotcha.
kind of shifts. And, I kind of start asking questions like, how would you feel if you didn't get this house? Is this the house? And
Okay.
what is that? And are you prepared to pay any difference of appraisal? Start coaching
Okay,
them like,
exactly. And that's where I'm coming from. And so I'm bringing a buyer in, and I know for a fact it's not going to praise for, like, for example, that house 509. No, no way in hell it's going to praise for 509. So then you have the conversation with the buyer saying, hey, we should go under, but also be aware it's not gonna praise more than maybe 400, and we're even at 500 or
right.
whatever. Are you prepared to bring to the table additional, or
You
I'm
ask them,
just trying to,
does it make enough sense for you? Do you love this house enough to overpay by, it looks
yeah,
like 50, 60K? Or
right,
maybe this isn't the house. They definitely overpriced it. But I would see if they have any other offers
okay,
first, based on if they have offers, or she calling for highest and best. It's kind of on the buyer's shoulder. How comfortable enough are they?
gotcha.
How bad, how sad are they going to be, or mad are they going to be if they lose out on
Yeah.
this house?
Yeah, that's why
So
I'm trying to hone in on my CMA skills to be able to more confidently say it's listed at 435. However, I'm seeing that it's maybe 375, to
how
be
would you
honest.
share complete transparency on that? I'll just share them what the same thing. So I'm going to send you the same thing I'm looking at, so we can be on the same page, kind of see
Right.
where I'm coming from.
Right.
We have a property at 350, at 375, at like 400, and
Yeah.
they're listed at 500. Like, are they crazy? Are you crazy enough to do it?
Right.
May not be the property. I don't want to talk you out of it, but if it's
Yeah.
literally a 100K overpriced,
Right.
that's one thing. But if it's listed at 400,000 and it's a good price and they're willing to spend 40, 50, 60K, that's another thing. That's okay.
Right.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
but just kind of be super transparent with them and kind of share I always say that, I'm gonna send you everything that I'm looking at. So
because my CMA is basically, I mean, that's the other thing on the, so now on the appraisal side, can't speak for the appraiser, but I'm pretty confident he's going to, because I've even watched some YouTubes about people saying the appraisal way is to subject property 1 mile out,
yep.
just a radius. And doing a CMA that way is how the appraiser is going to do it. But then, so for me to say confidently that I'm pretty sure it's going to appraise for 400, even though it's listed at 475, and then have that conversation. Does that make sense? It's
Yeah,
kind
no,
of,
I would say, to be honest, sometimes you get a great appraiser, sometimes you get a terrible appraiser.
yeah,
And the crazy thing is it's all protected by the bank that we can't choose our appraiser and everything. So,
right.
but I can tell you this, they're going to be looking at the same information I'm showing you right now.
Okay.
They're going to take, about 20 things into consideration. And, lot size and its price per square foot. That's another big thing.
Right.
But when you're dealing with dirt, it's mostly the lot size of the dirt and the improvements on the dirt
Okay.
and then obviously, age, but it's not just, if you have a buyer looking just at sales price and just at price per square foot,
Right.
and not looking at the exact same 5 other properties, you can't do that.
Right.
So say, I don't know what the appraiser is going to do. I think it's going to be around 400.
Okay.
How comfortable are you going above, 400,000?
So when you went into that little polygon of that first one, of just that subdivision, and you got the comps, but the appraiser is going to go out from that to get
no, what we
more
did,
comp?
if there's no information, right? If we go back a year and we go, a mile or two out and there's no information, it's going to be tough.
Okay. Well, what I guess where I'm coming from is I should expect, if staying within that polygon, I'm pretty much apples to apples what an appraiser is going to be looking
they're not
at.
going to go more than 2 miles away. They're going to go
Okay.
back further, back further sales and just kind of do some math on that.
Okay. And do they kind of follow the same rule not to cross major highway? Yeah. I remember that from in rivers and creeks and all that. Okay.
Yeah. Now, when you're dealing with land, it's different. When you're dealing with single family property and there's 150 homes in the subdivision, you're staying right there in that same section of the subdivision. You're not going outside of it. And there's going to be 8 or 10 sales probably, and you're all good.
Okay.
So when we did that first one, there's already 6 or 7 sold right there on top of my comp. I don't care about anything else. Now, when we're dealing with dirt, it could be a lot further than a mile or two away because someone could have, 300-400 acres, and that's huge.
So that was my next one on the list was, so when you have a lot, how are you looking at comps? Just a not undeveloped, no water, no sewer, no nothing, it's just a lot. Because I've had a few calls wanting to put a manufactured home or really like this lot. Do you think it's worth, what idea?
Same idea. I pull up the lot on the map. I circle that map. I try not to go over major highways and stuff like that. Okay. And then I just search lots. I don't search any improved properties. Just search lots or single family, but just notice on the single family if they have any improvements on it. That's not a comp.
Okay. Okay.
So same type of thing.
And the way that they always denote if there's the way that for sure, or I guess it's really a question for the agent, is like if you're looking for something with septic or with city water or whatever, that should be in the MLS of utilities or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's going to be listed in there. Now I wouldn't search based off that. I would search and then see. But if they're looking to develop it, that's a big deal. If they got to bring in utilities or if they can just tap into city, that's a big expense. So therefore the market value goes down. If they already have public water and sewer and all that kind of stuff, that's great. And if there's a way to tap in, but if you're doing that rural area, and they have to expect to bring in either a sewer system or aerobic system or anything like that, as opposed to tapping into the city, it's going to be less, valuable to me. For most people, it's going to be more expensive to develop.
Right.
So
what's a typical estimate of blank slate, no water, no sewer? You either, I guess, have to dig a well for water, or if there is no city, then you put in the septic. What is that, like 15, 20,000 or?
Um, oops, I don't really know, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Typically when I do new construction, I'm usually in a subdivision, or we're out in Wildwood and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and we tap
Okay.
in. I know Amanda's mom, she does some tiny homes out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
And, there is water there, but she does like aerobic systems, right? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, for a septic, it's anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000.
so maybe on a septic system, it's like she was saying like 4 to 6, 7,000 for a septic system, but it depends. I mean, if you're just building a 3,500 square foot house, or you building a 1,200 square foot house?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think some of these people are, from Mob City, as where I'm coming from, is they look at a lot and it says 27,000. And I'm like, well, yeah, but understand nothing on it. I mean, it's not even cleared, it's just land, just dirt.
A lot of times you got to bring in dirt. Once you bring in the dirt, you got to,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff you got to do. You
Yeah.
got to probably 27,000 square foot lot. You want to get that thing ready for a house, and there's no utilities and there's trees all over it.
Yeah.
Spend another 27,000 getting
exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of my take on it too. Yeah. Yeah.
But I have an 11. I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
But I'll send you this recording, and I'll go back and I'll find these other recordings. And then I will.
Yeah. It should just be the one before this one. And yeah. And looking for those.
I'll send like a YouTube link, and
okay.
It's easier that way.
Okay.
Because it's not going to take a lot of space on your computer or anything just to do it.
That's cool. That's cool.
Then, the home lot leads, I'm going to dig through all the sellers and the buyers, and
okay.
I guess I'll just send you an email, and then, just agree that, I want to make sure home lot gets paid.
Yep.
And then throw me 10% on that. So I got something, and then maybe once we get some updates throughout the week or something, be like, okay, this one's already sold. We can track it or something, so I can at least update home light. I would really love to just get all those people updated in the system, and so I'm probably going to start getting more leads. So if you can help me out,
there was a way to export to a CSV file, so if you could just export it.
It
looks like there was a button.
Updates on that.
Looks like a button up there, then I could just update the spreadsheet and send it back to you.
And that would be very helpful. And hopefully you'll get some buyers and sellers off of it as well. So we kind of help each other out there.
Yeah, if I get some, I'll definitely be reaching out, because I'll probably need a little advice.
Plug me in on those.
Okay.
They're like, I thought I was talking to CitySide, and you can just like, I am CitySide, but I work. Whatever we want to do on that. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
All right, man.
Cool.
We'll jump off. We'll see you.
All right. Have a good week. Thank you.